Hey, it's Dustin with the Davidson Group at ReeceNichols. On today's Tour Talk, we're going to talk about setting that expectation for a home buyer and laying out that process and conversations that I have all the time. Come on in, let's check out this home. So I have a lot of conversations with buyers who are just entering the market, maybe for the first time or the first time in a long time. And sometimes they've been looking at homes for months, and sometimes it's the first time they've ever seen anything. And so a big primary goal or objective that we do is we lay out a budget, we lay out a feature list, we really try to narrow down and figure out what they need in a home, what they're looking to spend, and then their timeline is really important as well. Well, it often happens that when I have these conversations, buyers want a lot of house for minimal money. And so there has to be some sort of trade-off. And that trade-off doesn't always necessarily have to mean spend more money. And so today I want to talk about what you can do to put yourself into a home that makes sense, but maybe doesn't have everything that's there. So here's the situation. You've got a budget. Let's say your budget's $200,000. And for $200,000, you have A, B, C, D, and E that need to be a part of that list. But if you were to do A, B, C, and maybe a portion of D and none of E, but those things were something that you could add in or update or change later, it actually makes more sense for you to take steps now to move into that home, say at 75-ish% of that wish list, because interest rates are continuing to climb. And what's gonna happen over the next 12 months, 18 months, and I'm sure into the following years is those interest rates, as they climb, your payments are also gonna climb, which means your affordability on that home is gonna shrink, which means your wish list is going to have to get smaller. So you can actually buy more home today, even though we're in the middle of a seller's market and probably the most robust real estate market we've ever seen. You can still buy a lot more home than you're going to be able to buy in the future for the same payment. Well, then you save up, you make those changes, and you create that wish list completed through that savings that you would have if you were to wait. It's a tough thing to wrap your head around. And sometimes whenever I meet with buyers, they say, hey, listen, these things are non-negotiables. Well, then we're backed up against the wall because we can only do one thing at that point, and that's go up in price. And sometimes that happens. But right now, it's not necessarily just a pricing thing either, right? Because the market's so competitive, we have to be mindful. If your max budget's at $200,000 and you're looking at homes that are hitting the market at $200,000, they may be selling for $210,000, $215,000, $225,000. And so then you're not even competitive for those homes. And so then you're back to square one. What I would do is this, or what I would say is this, and the conversations I have all the time are, let's look at your timelines, right? That's really the big factor. If you're looking to move in 1 to 3 months, we're gonna have to take some action. But let's look at those timelines, let's figure out that budget, and let's really narrow down the key things that you have to have in a home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or the first-time buyer in a long time, this real estate market is not easy to navigate through, so we need to build a plan. Let's sit down, let's take some time, let's lay all the pieces out, and let's figure out what we need to do to get you into the home that may not be the perfect home, but may be close enough that you can get into and make the perfect home. Hope this video found value to you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to feel free to reach out. You can comment, share this post to someone who you think is going to be entering in the market. I'll see you in the next one.